Sagittarius, hello Sagittarius. January 2021. I think in my last two videos I might have said 2020, and if I did, that's a habit, you know. Anyway, Sagittarius, this is January 2021. I'm a little out of it, you know. It's been a while since I've been able to do some videos. My family and I, we've all been sick, under the weather, and you know, last several weeks have been very rough with little ones running around, not feeling good, everybody being miserable. You know, life sometimes is a challenge. So, Sagittarius, we're going to talk about things for you in January 2021. This is a general reading, so it's not going to be for everybody. It can't be. So if it's not for you, it's okay. You know, there's always another message at another time that might be better for you. So if it's for you, great. If it's not, let it go. And, you know, let's explore. See what's going on, Sagittarius. Chaos and conflict. I feel like this chaos and conflict here, the first thing I felt like is it's the letting go, or that chaos and conflict is fading. But we're going to pull an angel card. And then we're going to pull a spirit guide message before we get into tarot. So let's set the tone here. Chaos and conflict. I do feel like this is distancing yourself from chaos and conflict. And you have oneness. This is finding yourself amidst, I can't say that word, in the midst of trouble or in the midst of confusion. This is finding yourself, centering yourself. I can't talk, I'm sorry. This is finding yourself and centering yourself in a time where things might feel a little chaotic. So oneness is Archangel Metatron. And by the way, this is these cards are Ask Angels by Melanie Beckler, and you can check her out here on YouTube. She's absolutely great. She has some great cards. She has a great channel. So anyway, I do feel like this is like the fading or the remnants of some chaos and conflict. And this is really getting in touch with yourself at this time. This is finding peace and balance, and knowing that right now, in January, you might have to really focus on yourself and depend on yourself to find the answers that you're seeking. Maybe you're looking to others for answers and you're just not finding them. So, let's see. Sagittarius. Okay, so two cards flipped up, and we're going to talk about those, and then we'll get into the tarot. And we're going to use the Dreaming Way Tarot. So, you have chaos and conflict, and I do feel like this is like you're on the tail end of that, and you're going to find that peace in connecting with yourself with this oneness card. This oneness card, excuse me, I still have a bit of a cough here, which is why I haven't done videos in a while, because I couldn't shake this with everybody being sick for so long. This oneness card is about connecting with yourself and finding answers within yourself, or connecting with your higher self, and really getting in touch with not just your intuition and not just your internal compass and your internal guidance, but this is really trusting what you know to be true, even when sometimes the evidence and facts don't necessarily support it. You just know that you know. And so oneness is really getting in touch with that and holding to that. And you have two cards here that are interesting. You have a blessing from your ancestors. That's what I want to talk about first. So a blessing from your ancestors. You know, you do have that support from the unseen. You do have those that have gone before you and who have gone on to the other side, who've passed through the veil, and they're there guiding you. They're there, even though you may not necessarily feel them or see them. Some of you may. This is Sagittarius, all about trusting that there are those who have walked the road before you, and those who have walked the path before you, those who have stumbled over the troubles of life before you, and they know and understand that though maybe they haven't walked in your shoes, they are encouraging you, they're guiding you, they're blessing you, they're saying that, listen, we've been through difficult times, and there's no doubt that this time that we're going through now, bridging over to 2021, is an incredibly difficult time. It's full of confusion. It's full of stuff that is just coming at all of us, and it's hard to see the truth for what it is. And so you have that guidance. You have that compass that is within you, but you also have that guidance, that whisper. Maybe it comes to you in your dreams. Maybe it's just during meditation or prayer, or maybe it just, you don't know where it comes from, but it's there, and it is all those connected to you that have walked the path that you've walked before you, maybe in a different manner, maybe through different circumstances, but they're there, they're blessing you. And then you have the blessing for peace after a battle, and that's what I was saying, chaos and conflict. I thought that you were on the tail end of that chaos and conflict, and so you're entering into a time of peace in January 2021, Sagittarius. So actually, like I said, I can't talk. I haven't done a video in several weeks because, like I said, we've all been sick. So actually, here with the hangman, this is the center of everything in January. So this is you holding your breath. This is you holding on to expectations. And this is you patiently waiting. Because you know, in January, there's going to be some changes. You innately know there are changes coming toward you, or there's changes that are going to go on around you, but they're not changes that you can force. And so you are like this patiently waiting person. I feel that there's a peace offering coming toward you, or there's an offering of reconciliation, or there is some kind of agreeing to disagree. Something is going to occur in January that is going to bring a conclusion, and maybe it's not a mutually agreed upon conclusion, but something concludes. Some part of your life concludes, and you're waiting for that. The hangman in January, you're waiting for that, and I think that you know that you just have to let things play out, Sagittarius. And we also have the Knight of Wands. And this is you holding back, but just trying to get the momentum to go forward. You maybe don't know when it's time to let go. And I think that, you know, the Knight of Wands here, the Knight is looking back, but moving forward at the same time. And so this is also like that resistance or that reluctance to disconnect. Maybe you might feel like, okay, it's my time, or is it not my time? Is it too good to be true, or is it not? Or can I let this go? Can I surrender this? Because there's more power in the surrender than there is in the holding on to the bitterness and the strife. And Temperance was actually right here. Temperance, pulling yourself back from the situation, allowing things to play out, and allowing things to just wrap up naturally on their own. So January, excuse me, still a bit of a cold. January is all about that, just letting things just play out, letting things just work themselves out, and not being the one trying to dictate what happens. So that's where you're at in January. But we're going to dive into the past a little bit. You have the Emperor. You know, you were really trying to maintain control of your surroundings. You were really trying to just dictate and direct things. And I think that the hangman, you know, going into the future, into January, from the past, the Emperor to the hangman, is that release. It's saying, you know I can't just necessarily control this. I can't dictate every step in every direction. I can't control other people's moves, thoughts, decisions. But you very much wanted to see things play out in a way that you felt was suitable for you. And so the Emperor is it's that remaining strong and kind of trying to let things play out without showing a weakness. I do feel like there's this feeling, Sagittarius, like, you know, you're a fire sign, and I don't want to show my weakness, because if I show my weakness, that's where the enemy comes in, or that's where my vulnerability exposes me, and that's where the situation or the person, place, thing can kind of get me. And so the Emperor is in the face of fear, still pushing forward. But I feel like there's this relenting going into January, like relenting and saying, you know what, I can't control this anymore. I'm just going to let it play out. I'm going to let what happens be, because when I stop trying to control things with temperance, if I let things just moderate, that's the word, moderate. If I let things just play out on their own, it'll moderate. It will slow down. It will calm down. Okay, Sagittarius. And you have the 2 wands. You know, the way you wanted it to go didn't go the way you wanted it to go. I mean, that's how things go in life. And so you see this 2 wands is like, you know, I really wanted it to go this way. I wanted it to go my way. I wanted it to go my way because that's me, and I want it to go my way. I want things to go my way all the time, and quite often they don't. So I understand that. But it's like having a vision and trying to direct and control that. It's trying to direct a film and the actors and everybody else around you, so that you can create a picture that other people see, that maybe isn't necessarily the picture that is really going on. And so I'm not saying that it's anything shady. I'm just, you know, sometimes we want to do damage control for ourselves. And so I almost feel like this is kind of like, not that you have anything to hide or anything that you want to cover up, but it's like, you know, trying to maintain your image. And there is this feeling of like the 2 of Wands is like, I have to do things this way, and I'm the Emperor. I have to be in control. But there is this surrender, definitely in January 2021. Surrender, 9 of Cups. So you have this, again, this idea, this vision, how you want things to go. You think if it goes this way, it's going to make me happy. I'll be happiest if it goes this way. But I think the epiphany is in January that if you just surrender, that power is in the surrender. And that pullback and not trying to control everything is ultimately going to bring the outcome that you want. So let's look at that outcome, Sagittarius. Page of Cups. See? I like that, because that to me says there is some kind of resolution. 9 of Pentacles. There is a promise. There's a resolution, and there's a promise. So there's a heartfelt promise, and there's a resolution, and there is a promise of a brighter future, Sagittarius. And I feel like it's all about letting go and trusting that. So sometimes when we let go and stop trying to control everything, that's when the abundance, that's when the good things start to flow in, that's when things start to turn corners and directions start to change. And then you have the world. The world is the completion of this mess. It's the completion of all this stuff. And I think I said epiphany earlier. It's realizing that you don't have to direct every aspect of what's going on in your life. So you might have a hard time letting things just play out. You might have a hard time just letting things go in the direction that you might feel uncomfortable with, because you don't know where they're going. So the uncertainty comes, brings anxiety, and it brings fears, because the fears come out of not understanding what is going to happen with the unknown. And this is ending that chaos and conflict. This is getting in touch with yourself and trusting those answers, even if it goes against your own personal logic, and a blessing from your ancestors. There is guidance and help here for you. But if you let go and release things, and you let things play out and try not to direct the entire script, you'll find that you arrive at a completion. And in that completion is, again, third time, all fire signs, Chariot. Chariot comes out, it releases you. You're able to move on. You're able to take the next step and move forward, Sagittarius. I absolutely love this. This is great. This is all about trusting your inner self and being brave enough to not control everything and to just let go and release all that. So Sagittarius, that is your reading for January 2021. Okay? If it resonated, leave a thumbs up. Leave a comment. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. I would love to have you on board. I will talk to you again soon. Have a great rest of your day. Love each and every one of you. And I'm glad I'm back at it. It's been a rough road. So I will talk to you again soon. Thanks.